Peace, stars. What's up? It's your boy Evu, the Any Star, host of the Dynasty Podcast. Just gonna get right into it, man. We got a couple guests here. We're gonna be talking about the health of this roster, the state of the roster. A lot of things going on with injuries. We actually lost a person, man. Nobody died or nothing, man. But we said farewell to one of our not well, one of some of our fans' favorite coaches, man. But we'll get into it, man. Like I said, we got some guests here. Gonna let them introduce themselves. But without further ado, the Hynix Podcast. Evu, let's go. Yo, we got some guys, man. We got State, and
Yo,
we got
what's
the
up?
return of Apollo, man. What's good, man?
What's going on, bro? How you doing? How's everybody going?
Good,
Chilling,
man.
chilling.
I'm pissed off.
You always pissed off, bro.
When are you not pissed off, State?
This team, man.
Yeah.
this team. Let's get right into it, bro. Mike Woodson, salute to him. He get a 6-year deal to go back to his alma mater, Indiana, and it was beautiful to see. And then he had the interview, and he spoke about how people give James Dolan a bad rap, and I appreciated that. And I appreciate Dolan for bringing him back after Phil Jackson fired him,
It's facts.
not James Dolan. And it was great to see. It's a great move, but it caused me to ask y'all: are the Knicks really back? Because everybody seems to want to take our management, like Johnny O, Woody. Like what's up with that, man? How y'all feel
It's a
about
part of the sickness, man. It's all part of the health and stuff. Everyone talks badly about the Knicks. James Dolan's a big part of that. But it's good that Woodson just came out and said, listen, he basically was like, they could have jerked me with my contract. They could have said I couldn't go. They let me go. And so it's a good thing, man. It's good press for once.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I think it's like you said, it's good press. It means that we had some good guys here that everybody won apparently. So it sucks to see Mike Woodson go, especially because the last time he was in the playoffs, he was the head coach. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of felt that nostalgic feeling of him being back here, and it kind of helped us push towards where we're going now. But it's part of the trade. That's how the game goes. Luckily, he was able to retain Kenny Payne and Johnny Bryant. I'm personally a huge fan of Johnny Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Since the signing. But I think I'm happy for Mike Woodson more than anything. I'm happy for Mike Woodson. I'm not worried about us right now. That's something. You come from a school like that, you play, you have a long career, you get drafted by the Knicks, and then you on your way out, you leave the Knicks and you go back to where you came from. You can't get no better than that.
Yeah, that can't be understated too. That he played with Isaiah Thomas and those guys over there in Indiana. Coach Knight, of course. Big story stuff, man. So, like I said, it's good. It's good press. We need that in our Knicks lives, man, because everybody's always talking badly about us.
Yeah, always.
And guess what? Guess who he's trying to hire? Your favorite coach, Larry Brown.
What to be what? An assistant?
To be his assistant?
Oh my God, Larry Brown was a wild boy, man. What's the name? Miami. We just finished playing Miami Heat, and they got Ariza. I remember he called. What he said about Ariza? You said that he was delusional or something like that. I think Ariza wanted to start. I think he was delusional.
That's what he said when he was here.
Yeah, that Ariza was like, what, I forgot what he said. I guess somebody in the chat will say something, but he was like that. He's like delusional or whatever, thinking that he's gonna start in the NBA, on his team or whatever.
And then look at him.
Yeah,
Good job, Larry.
Larry Bird. Excuse me, Larry Bird. Larry Brown. He was starting cats according to their hometown. We had Matt Barnes and shit when we went to LA for the 2 games. He started Matt Barnes, and that was a bugged out dude.
Yeah, he definitely did stuff like that. I don't know what's up with certain coaches. I mean, listen, we'll get into it, I'm sure, but certain coaches' rotations is a little bit weird. But I'll leave that for later.
Oh God,
Well, that's a part of everything too, man. So just kick it. What's the deal with the rotations?
My thing with the rotations, it just, I mean, we all want to have the same question we've been having for the past 3 months. what's the question that we all have for the past 3 months? Why is Alfred Payton still starting on his team?
Oh my God, are you sitting down? You sitting down, State?
He going through it right now. You see him?
Alfred, yeah. Let me just say something, bro. I understand, and this is for people in the chat. I understand that Alfred is helping us win. Theo Pinson is helping us win. I understand it. This man single-handedly makes Randall unwatchable. He makes the offense unwatchable. And he has not outplayed the starting point guard since he's been the starting point guard for the Knicks. I'm disgusted with his play. I don't need to see him play no more. Play Frank. Play Knox. You got 2 live bodies on the bench, just riding on the bench. And then on top of the fact, Reggie Bullock is hurt. He comes back. This dude is letting Jimmy Butler just walk to the paint.
That was crazy. Jimmy
God.
Butler was just walking. A couple plays, he just walked straight to the basket. And I'm just like, oh, see, I lose Mitch and I just completely forget how to play defense. All right, cool. So, you know what I mean? It's I don't know, man. Sometimes it's hard to watch, but I do feel as though out of all the teams in the league, Miami just has our number. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's just one team that every team just can't get past. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think Miami's that team for us. It's like we can't do anything. RJ has had his worst scoring outages of the season against Miami. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they just know what to do. They know how we get going. How much did Julius have the other night? How much did he have? He kind of went off a little bit, right? No,
he had he had one of his worst games against Miami the last game.
Miami is like, well, he did have 22 points, but still, he was 7 for 17. It didn't look good. It didn't look good.
Well, you got to remember that's the Miami Heat. So Pat Riley's not dead, man. So I'm quite sure you know they've been obsessing all year. You know, especially with the first 2 wins, whatever. So listen, they're not going to beat us. So I know how Pat Riley is. So I'm quite sure him, Spoelstra had an all-nighter, all the coffee. You know what I'm saying? They had IVs and whatever, had 2 feet and all that. Staying up all night trying to make sure that the Knicks don't beat them last night, man.
I mean, but they already don't like the fact that we're ahead of them in the standings too. So
yeah, that we can't understate either, man. We how many games? Like 2? Even with the loss, I think we got like 2 games.
I think it's like 1 down.
No, we're at 1 game. 8 and
1
a half,
game, okay.
Yeah, 24-23, they 23-24.
But check out a feel this though. This Miami Heat hate ain't just stemmed from this season. This has been back since the 90s.
The 90s, yeah, we know.
That's what I'm saying from Pat Riley.
And Pat Riley, that snake, I don't really want to say what I really want to say about him right now. That man caused us a championship in 1997. Everybody knows it. He sent that man on the court and caused the fight on purpose. And that was the best shot the Knicks have ever had to get to a chip, was 1997. So, and then the Tyler Hero stuff, that's annoying too. I don't want to see Tyler Hero better than RJ Barrett pose. And then you got Jimmy Butler. He talking crazy to us yesterday. I'm like, yo, nobody going to chirp back at this dude? Like, he just talking.
Nah, I think the thing about Jimmy is Jimmy know how to talk trash. He's one of those trash talkers that know when and how to talk trash. Like, the trash he was saying to us was nothing that we could actually say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, he would say something else like, yeah, you know the refs ain't going to do nothing to you. The refs ain't going to help you. What can we say back? What are we going to say back to that?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's like what do they call like a villain? What he used to call Reggie Miller? He's like a demon. Yeah. He just knows how to push the buttons or whatever. But exactly what to do, let's not get too far off, man. I want Apollo's take on Elfrid Payton. Because me and Sliz talk about it all the time, man. But I want to get your 2 cents on Elfrid Payton and what you think about his impact on the roster.
All right, well, I'm not as tough on Elfrid Payton as everybody else, but I don't want him on the squad.
Nobody is as tough as State, man.
As State, but I don't want him on the squad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's not a terrible guard, but he's not a good guard for this team. He can go somewhere else and play, get some minutes, valuable minutes off the bench. Because I don't think he should be starting for any squad. That's my problem with him. Yeah. Now, if he was coming off the bench for us, and you know what I mean, maybe we view him different. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's not the case. So Elfrid, there's a lot that he does. He pounds the ball a lot of times, and he doesn't look for the right guy. He's always look. For a guard, he has tunnel vision, which is weird for a passing guard. Yeah, 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 exactly. He's legally blind, bro. Like for a guard, he has tunnel vision. It's like, bro, what? I don't know.
Hey, he's bugged out.
I don't know how to explain. It's an anomaly.
Hold on. Am I crazy? Was he passing the ball last season more than this season? Or
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what got this man so flustered to the point he doesn't even play his own game? When he's not playing his own game, he looks bad. He looks really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the offense, though. You know, we was talking about it before. They're basically playing like a version of the triangle. You know, so because they're not really doing basic pick and roll stuff, not no spread things. Everything is kind of just like come in, they make a read. You know, as soon as they come across half court, they're always making that shovel pass. You know, to the next man. Then they start working that to either a 2-man game or they'll start doing like a little kind of like pseudo triangle set. So I mean that's definitely not going to be good for Alpha because he can't shoot.
Yeah.
But you know, we're playing a slow down kind of game, so it doesn't work, man. But I mean, the thing with Alfred is that he only makes $5 million, and he's only signed for this year. So, you know, the only reason why they started because at the beginning of the year we had nobody else. You know, we tried to work a couple guys in, but it just wasn't working. So, you know, you can't really you know, fault Tibbs for giving Alfred that spot. But I mean, we got Rose, but Rose got COVID, man. So that's another thing.
You know why Tibbs is so elite? Because his starting point guard is so trash that he still got a winning record. I just thought about that while we was talking about Alpha Baby. His starting point guard is so pathetic, and numbers show it that his plus minus is the worst in the league for the starting point guard position. He's been like a minus 15 in our last 3 losses, and Emmanuel Quickly is like a plus 15 in our last 3 losses. So it's like, why against Miami Heat in particular, that team for those stats? But it's like, why are you not playing Quickly more? Like I don't get it. Like I'm gonna leave Frank out of it. Like I don't even want to talk about Frank. Quickly, play him 30 minutes. He played good defense yesterday. Like he was passing the ball. I guess when he plays with RJ Barrett and Randall, it feels like he gotta pass the ball. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a matter of respect. So I like what I seen from Quickly. Start him. Why not start him? I don't see.
But he did start. He did have a couple games where he started, and he didn't really do well as a distributor. You know, a lot of times he gets the ball and he's just on the island, you know, dribbling back and forth, and it's kind of bugged out a little bit. He's not really like a distributor like that.
He's I mean, all right. So here's my question: What is our biggest need? Like, what position do we have to address at this point?
That's a big question, man. That's a big question. But
Personally, I feel like it's still the point guard position because as much as I love Quickly, I don't see him starting at the point guard position just yet. I could see him starting at the 2, RJ at the 3, you know what I'm saying? Julius at the 4, Mitch at the 5, or whoever at the 5. If they try to do something with Mitch, who knows? But at the point guard position, I feel like we still need to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that long term Quickly can be our point guard, but he has to be starting for us. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Damn.
What do you think, Trey?
It's tough, bro, because you look at free agency, it's nobody in free agency, really. Like, it's nobody you want to give money to, and you like, that's my long-term solution.
Right.
We could talk about Lonzo Ball all day. You could talk about him all day. He's a restricted free agent. And current Knicks history, when have we gotten a restricted free agent? You know?
So severely overpaying him, it don't happen like that.
Basically, and there's no point in me really leaning my hat towards that. So now I'm looking at the roster and I'm like, well, Emmanuel Quickly's here, and maybe Kyle Lowry. It's tough, but I kind of agree with the point guard position. But I'm gonna go another route. I think that shooting guard spot, depending on how you view RJ Barrett. Now, me, I view RJ as a shooting guard. Now, he's been playing mostly small forward. So I got to see him as a small forward now. I think shooting guard is the position of need right now. Like if we just dropped a guy like C.J. McCollum, right, next to R.J. Barrett, it'll work. You get what I'm saying? Because C.J. could get his own shot. And R.J. he doesn't have that pressure no more. Randall don't have that pressure no more. I think like mainly a guy who could get their own shot, but also play make. So if that's the two guard, if that's the point guard, one of those two.
It has to do with the offense too, because a lot of people were talking about Obi Toppin and stuff, how they needed to get a point guard to unlock him. But in order to do that, we would have to change our whole way of offense. We would have to start the ball with just the point guard, running the show, coming across the timeline, making his moves and stuff like that. So if he was to do that, like say like Alonzo Ball is not really getting a lot of assists in New Orleans because they're basically doing the same thing that Tom Thibodeau is doing. They got Jeff Van Gundy over there. You know what I'm saying? So Jeff Van Gundy got him sitting in the corner shooting threes. Every once in a while, Ball can get his little assist game up, but most of the time it's just they just kind of just playing like through Zion and through Brandon Ingram and stuff. So it's different. We have to I think we have to focus on the way that we're playing and how we can capitalize on the stuff that we're doing.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a mean question for the both of y'all. I just thought about it while you was talking about that. Is that like the new wave now? I see Zion Williamson playing point guard for New Orleans Pelicans, and he got Lonzo actually playing off ball. I see we got Randall bringing up the ball. Is that like a new trend now heading into the future?
I think it's been here for a while since LeBron. You know what I mean? You started even Bam is starting to do it. Like Bam brings the ball up a lot for Miami. We saw that on whatever day that was. Sunday we played them.
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday. That was Monday. So yeah, Bam brings the ball up a lot, and you see Randall just didn't know what to do with him. No, it was really Taj actually. A couple times he hit him with a jab step or in and out, and it was just pull up, and he brought the ball up. That was coast to coast. Like nobody else touched the ball. So I think that's something that I wouldn't say is new, but it's something that has been around, and more centers are starting to do that. Because I think the 3-4 spot, they've been starting to do that, do the point forward thing a little bit, but I'm starting to see more centers like Jokic and guys like Bam do it more often now.
Yeah, Jokic I think started it all, man. That boy, he gets the ball off the rebound and he just galloping up the court, running straight up running traditional point guard.
Yeah,
against some teams. I mean, like the only team that I'm looking at right now that really does traditional point guard, I want to say the Hawks, maybe Phoenix because they got Chris Paul or whatever, but there's not really too many point guards where it's just like the point guard really dominating the offense as like far as the pass is concerned. But there's a lot of shooters though.
Memphis with John Morant.
Yeah, John Morant is probably like one of the other passers too.
I threw that question at y'all because it hasn't been a point guard who's been the Finals MVP in about how long? 16 years. I think the last one was Tony Parker, so probably like 13 years or something like that. Mm-hmm. And the best player on the championship team hasn't been a big man since 2011. So right now,
which was who was that?
Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
That legendary playoff run. That man.
Yeah, he solidified on that one.
Yeah, he was a great power forward.
Yeah.
But damn. Go ahead. One of y'all go ahead.
Well, I'm looking at the Celtics too. The Celtics don't really have a big man. They're kind of running. They don't even really have a. They just have a team full of power forwards on that team. I'm just kind of looking at the box scores and stuff. So I mean, it is kind of the wave of everything. Even like the Bucks, they got some centers. They kind of play that way. I mean, it's a mix of different things. But I mean, like the difference is right. I was gonna do a standalone show, just talking about this, a little later. But it's just like you have to pick a system, pick something that you want to do, and just go all out. That's what the Knicks been doing. We everyone's saying that we need to get shooters, we need to pick up the pace, but Tom Thibodeau was like, no, we're gonna play the way I want to play, and that's it. And then what I'm saying. If you look at the standings right now, we right in the middle of the standings, playing the way that we want to play rather than playing the way somebody else wants us to play.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Yeah. So I think we just gotta stay the course, and it's just pick start the next trend, because if we start trying to play like everybody else, we're gonna end up being right behind everybody else.
But yeah, that's for sure. That's for
So
sure.
you trying to say in an offensive league, Thibodeau is going to do the exact opposite and double down on defense, and he's going to help us win a championship like that? Possibly, if he can.
Possible. Listen. I'll say this: we need, as much as Thibodeau plays defense, he's going to have at least one or two guys that can get a bucket whenever they want. Because as far as X's and O's, his coaching on the offensive side is a little bit different than the other coaches, but you got to have a guy that's gonna go get a bucket. Like last night, if we had one more other guy that was getting a bucket, probably would have been all right. You know what I'm saying? But especially with the fact that, because if you look at Miami, like they said in the chat, Miami plays very, very similar to the way we play. Very defense first. They really have. Then you look at Bam, he kind of plays a lot like Julius. You look at RJ, a lot like Jimmy Butler. And they just got shooters around them. You know what I mean? They got Duncan Robinson and they got Tyler Hero just pulling up everything. So, and if you look at how we play the same exact way. We try to run Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks and quickly off of those same motions and movements, but we just need a little bit more time. I think we're on our way there. I think we have a good thing going. I think for once, it's something that we could build on and can get better from here on out. It's not like a 1 year thing. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why I'm high on guys like Knox and Frank and RJ under Thibodeau in this system, because if Knox could just turn on that little light bulb in his brain that's still kind of off, if he could just turn it on, he looks 6'10", looks like he got a good-looking jump shot. He looks playable now from the little bit of minutes I've seen him in. I seen him guarding Russell Westbrook when he was playing against Washington. I thought Russell was going to cook him. Russell didn't cook him. So I'm like, oh, okay.
You talking about RJ?
Huh?
Oh, no, you're talking about Knox.
Knox was guarding Russell Westbrook in the Washington game, and he looked playable. Like, Russell didn't get past him no time he tried.
Mm-hmm.
So if these kids could just grow in their system and understand what the little things that Reggie Bullock is doing, the little things that Alec Burks is doing, I really like this team. They just got to grow together. I'm not really too concerned about the offense. The offense looks great once the point guard is not there, Alfred Payton. But, removing Alfred Payton, the offense looks great. It's going to get better when the kids get older. Randall, this is first season being the first option. So I'm ready to see next season what we're going to do. But can we talk about these goddamn injuries, please? Because what the hell is going on, fellas? What's going on?
We're lucky, I think, man. This whole year we've been like scot free, no injuries really. We just kind of been grinding it out with the guys that we have. But throughout the league, I want to say Houston got decimated. That there was one point where Houston, they was like running like G League guys out there because everybody was COVID protocol. Every time you look at what Memphis too was jacked up for a little while with all that COVID protocol stuff. So this is the first time the Knicks has had to deal with that all year, man. It just happens to be now. This is like the absolute worst time for it to happen for us, man.
For real.
Yeah. But what's frustrating for me, I don't know. I'm quite sure it is for you guys too. Is it's like, yo, we need help. So I mean, we got two roster spots, right? What are we gonna do about helping that? Because we just lost. I feel like we're gonna lose Noah eventually because Noah, he's been hurting himself a lot. Randall's been hurting himself a lot, but they just been playing. Taj nicked his leg like not so long ago, but these guys are just showing up hurt. So what do we do to help this stuff out, man?
how about playing Obi Toppin a little bit more? Just a
Yo,
little bit more?
But I mean, but tell the truth for Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is trash, man. He played okay the last game, but to be honest with Obi Toppin, he hasn't been playing good enough to play. The guy played 6 minutes, get no rebounds for X amount of games. He wasn't getting no points and stuff like that. So like the last game, I want to say like that was the first time where he kind of was like, he kind of was active enough. He got a couple rebounds. He made that drive to the basket. But if he doesn't do that, when they put him in there, then we can't play him.
I think with Obi, he just needs to get to the point where he gets a little selfish. I think that's really his problem. I think he's so unselfish.
Yeah.
He's looking for a teammate every time he gets the ball. He gets the ball. He gets it this way, and he's already looking at the next guy. He never looks at who guarded him. I could go right by him real quick, and then he did it one time, and got all the way to the basket. I said, "Oh shit, Obi."
Even Mike Breen said that. Even Mike Breen was like that. He said, "Yo, that's like probably the best move he made his whole career."
Yeah, the best move of his entire career. All he did was go to the basket.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, he was on a fast break, right? He was on a fast break, just about to dump, like he about to bang it, and he just turns all the way around, almost breaks his spleen, trying to give it to Emmanuel
quickly in the corner.
Yeah, thank God that he hit the shot, because that was a horrible. Yeah, that was a horrible pass, man.
That was terrible. Because at that point he could have just went up and got the foul. Just you know what I'm saying? You are a high flyer, just jump, bro. Just leap. That's all you got to do.
That's the statement. You know what I'm saying? When you get a spot like that, you can't be no damn I don't want to call him I don't want to call him a pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just call the kid a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean that's not right. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, Lord, I apologize for that, man. But I mean, like you got the rim right there. You got to take it off, man. Let people know that you're standing there. Let people know that you're there.
Yeah.
But see, that's what makes me pissed off with Obi the most. I don't want to trade the kid. Yeah, let me put this on wax. I don't want to trade the kid.
Not yet.
You can't trade him.
No. What I will say is I'm disappointed at the fact that for a 23-year-old, and I've spoken to both of you guys about Obi Toppin, my fears for him months ago. For a 23-year-old, dude looked unplayable at times, literally. And it should be no reason why I'm looking at Kevin Knox and I'm screaming for Kevin Knox to play before Obi Toppin. I never thought I would be saying that this season. And I've been saying that for the past like 2-3 weeks.
But let's be honest. The only reason why we would rather see Knox play rather than Obi Toppin is why?
Because of the role that Obi Toppin is playing. Like, I feel like Obi standing at the top of the key is pointless. Knox standing at the top of the key is meaningful.
Right.
That's the reason why.
See now, but I think that's the problem that they run into is that they can't run Knox at the power forward.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where the minutes are. You know what I mean? So unless they take minutes away from Obi, which is possible, but why do that this early? You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this point, the front office or the coaching staff knows they're not going to get a great game out of Obi every single time he plays, but they do know that he has to play in order to learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, they got to play him 10 to 13 minutes a game. He's not going to learn much, but it'll give him that momentum a little bit to go into the offseason or something. I've been a big advocate of Obi just needing one more offseason. I think that's all he really needs. He has all of the tools. I just think he's thinking way too much about making a mistake. You know what I'm saying? And I feel him. You come in and your first coach is Tom Thibodeau. I wouldn't be trying to make no mistakes, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But you got to get a little selfish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason why RJ and Julius have the ball in their hands and quickly have the ball in their hands, because they are selfish. You got to get a little bit selfish with it, because you're being selfish for the team. You realizing that if you keep passing the ball around, you're wasting 5-10 seconds off the clock just by passing the ball around. You got to be a little bit aggressive, get in there and pass it out. Simple.
You know what annoys me about him though? When he comes down, he's always doing this, pointing to the sky and shit. Like he wants an alley-oop every single time he comes down the court. It's like that drives me crazy, because as a coach, if I was a coach, I'd be like, timeout, boop, sit your ass on the bench, man. Are you the coach? You know what I'm saying? Run the offense. Stop pointing for the alley oops. Get out there and get a rebound. Play some defense. Do something. They'll be calling for alley oop every time you come down the court. What's the name? The starting point guard is freaking legally blind, man. So he don't see you. You know what I'm saying? So why you keep pointing at the rim for alley oop every single time you come down the court? That drives me crazy. But I mean, just to throw my point with Obi is that I think we should shut him down though, because I mean, like his leg strength is so weak. You know what I'm saying? He still hasn't gotten the grasp of boxing out. You know what I'm saying? Like when he gets like that that dunk that he passed off of, that's a testament right there. Because I mean, when you get plays like that, he should be salivating. As soon as he see that rim, he should be trying to kill everybody in front of him. Well, but he's not.
There was another play where he came down the middle and he took off, and the guy, I think it was, who was it? It was a guy we almost picked up we wanted to pick up in the draft this year.
Precious.
Yes. It was Precious Joshua, and he hacked him because he knew for a fact if Obi got off, that would have been a poster. And the fact that Obi even went for it, I'm like, all right, tonight you showing me the aggression. That was the only thing about last night that I wanted to see, because you're gonna play. If you're gonna be in there and you're not gonna be aggressive and you just taking up minutes, I don't want to see you play. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. But getting some fouls, getting to the foul line, that aggressive layup. If you're gonna be in there for 10 minutes, make every minute of them 10 minutes worth it, bro.
Yeah, that's how you get more minutes, man. That's how you get more minutes. Just to throw Frank into the fray too. Frank is supposed to be a defensive player, this and the other. We're already playing defense already, so it's not like we don't need him to play better defense. We're already playing great, defense. But the thing is, if you're a defensive guy, you're supposed to go in there and poke cats in the eye. You know what I'm saying? You're Frank Ntilikina. You shouldn't be like, if you're gonna get a foul, it shouldn't be no regular foul. You should be elbowing cats in the groin. You should be scratching cats. People should be like, yo, I don't want to be on the court with Frank Ntilikina is there. Because that cat,
you on the Tony Allen.
That's where he's supposed to be.
Frank? Can I defend Frank? Today's NBA is soft. One, Frank is handsy, right? So if he played in like 07, his defense would be he'll be straight. As far as Frank is concerned, you need a guy like that in the playoff. Just think playoffs.
But we already playing good defense, though. We already playing great defense, so we don't need Frank to play defense.
You need one-on-one ball stoppers. Reggie Bullock,
situational players.
Yeah, situational, right? Reggie Bullock, he could have. I don't even want to see this man's face.
But that's our starting point guard, man. You know what I'm saying? So if he's our starting point guard, we can't play somebody like Frank to come in for Elfrid. We need somebody good, and then we can say, okay, now we can go to the situational guy, because Elfrid is a situational guy.
So Frank, hold on. So Frank never started, and he never scored double-digit points. That's what you're telling me. So
I mean, can we count on how many hands can we count the double figures games that he scored in like 4 years? How many hands? How many fingers?
Sliz, it's not a good argument, bro.
It's not. It's not. I'm a Franker.
Me too. I'm a Frank. I'm a Frank fan. I gotta be honest with my boy.
But I've seen games where he's hit multiple shots. Like
me too. I've seen him. There's like how many? 1, 2, 3. You can count them in 4 years.
So
man.
Let me ask you a question. Dahard, since you frying right now. Name me the player Reggie Bullock stopped all season. Name me the player.
He's been playing good defense this year though.
I tell you what, he ain't stopped nobody, but we 23, 24, and he can hit a 3.
And we're still like a top defensive team in the NBA. So we are a top defensive team in the NBA.
You seen Frank's record when he was starting, boy.
Wait, hold on. So y'all mean to tell me, hold on. So 30-year-old Reggie Bullock.
No.
Why you gotta age shame him, man? You shaming his age?
Listen, I'm 33, so I ain't gonna. I already know how them knees work already at this point. So him being 30, I'm giving him respect for being out there, being able to guard NBA players. You feel me? So I'm not gonna shit on Reggie like that. Even though
I love Reggie.
They picked him right up. They picked him up off West 4th and threw him to the league. That's what he looked like. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. But I'm just with Frank. I'm a big Frank fan. Yeah. I think if he can consistently, like this year, he's been shooting the ball a lot better. This is what we've been wanting to see from Frank. But
Forever.
there's still also other things. Number one, there was a moment, it was a week this year where I said I would rather see Frank in the starting lineup than Reggie Bullock. You know what I'm saying? And then Reggie Bullock, he might have heard me say it or something like that, but he just started balling after that. You know what I'm saying? But more than anything is the problem I had with Reggie in the beginning of the season was the lack of aggression to take the shots you're there to take. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the fact that you're there to be a 3-and-D guy or wing, whatever you're supposed to be, a guard, and you get the ball at the 3-point line and you're head faking and you're passing it away. Take the shot. If you look at all these other guys that we're playing against that are shooters, they taking that shot. Why? Because I might get fouled if I miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you taking out that many. How many opportunities a game are you taking out if you're not even going to take the shot?
Yeah,
They don't got to
Duncan
play
Robinson.
Look at Duncan
Robinson.
did to us last night. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, as a 3-and-D guy, that's what I want to see from Knox. That's what I want to see from Bullock. Even Alec Burks sometimes. But you see Alec Burks takes the contested three. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want to see. That's kind of why I would like that swap. That swap to me would be perfect. Alec Burks for Reggie Bullock right now in the starting lineup. Just start him. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why not.
Shit, I would love if the point guard rotation was Burks and Rose, and we played off the. I love the unit of Burks, Frank, RJ. Who else was on the court? I think it was Taj and I think Obi. I love that unit. That was a playable unit. I think we played that unit the game when Reggie was hurt. Mm-hmm. And I think we scored like 120 points or something like that.
Yeah, Alec Burks started that game. Yep.
So I love those type of units. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and overrate Frank and overrate Knox, but I think they can contribute to winning now. Some games where I'm watching Bullock and Alfred, it's like you can play Frank Thibodeau, like you can put him in. Like you don't gotta be scared to put in your bench players. Like your team is deep. Now, Reggie looks hurt, so I'm going to excuse Reggie for yesterday's game. Randall looks hurt. I'm going to excuse him. We going to need some bodies. I don't know what Thibodeau got to do in order to stop letting these guys get hurt, stop playing these guys 11 minutes in the first quarter. How about that? I mean,
I mean, listen, though, you got to look at it. Julius Randle's injury was a thigh contusion, which was like he bumped into somebody. After all of the minutes he played, that's really it. Mitch, on the other hand, didn't play a lot of minutes this year compared to him, and he's out multiple times. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's really a minutes thing for a lot of these guys. I just think it's conditioning and just learning how to put your body in a. I don't know how Mitch gets hurt so easily. You know what I'm saying?
He's not really getting hurt. He actually broke stuff, you know. So you can't really like.
He broke his hands. He broke his foot. It's like I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna go here.
Vitamins. You gotta take vitamins.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. If Julius Randle and RJ Barrett are here long term, I'm not sure how long you can keep Mitch here with him not being able to spread the floor a little bit. Because I think eventually you're gonna run into an issue where, unless those other two guys in the court are Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, you're really not gonna really be that effective. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need a big that can do something besides catch alleys and grab rebounds.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love Mitch. Great defensively and all that, but you got to do a little bit more now, bro. Like you getting to that level.
Yeah, that's the Fantastic Four right there. Obi, Frank, Knox, and Mitch. Man, we got to make a decision with these different guys. I think Frank is a free agent now, right? This offseason.
He's coming back. He's coming back. Frank is coming back.
Yeah, Frank coming back.
Knox.
On the chat.
Yeah, Knox might not make it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Knox might not make it.
Mitch too, though. You just made a big point about Mitch. Mitch might not make it either because out of these four guys, these guys have a lot to build with their games, man. Just to be contributors or whatever.
Yeah, I will say this: out of that group, I think Knox will make it over everybody else because of Kenny Payne, and I think they will let either Burks or Bullock walk, or let both of them walk, sign a veteran small forward in free agency, and just give Knox the backup small forward minutes for next season. So probably he's not.
I think that's a cheap move for them, like an inexpensive move for them to make. I think so. I don't honestly, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how confident they are in Knox at this point.
Yeah, all four of those guys on the hot seat. You know.
Who, and then you looking at guys like Karl Anthony Towns, and you like, man, Mitch, man, I love you, bro, but
Listen, if he playing defense without you, then you throw Karl Anthony Towns right in there, boy. Yeah.
That's the thing, man. All these guys, you know, Frank, Knox, Mitch. We don't need these guys to play defense. We're already playing good defense without these guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh man, we got to get back, you know, Mitch, you know, fast because we need him for our defense. We're already playing defense without him. You know, so it's it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we're gonna do with that, man. But within those the four names, man, or like four roster spots, are how we can get better as a team. So
right. That's facts.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's really, and they know that too. They know that they have 3 solid guys right now going forward, and I mean future guys, and that's Quickly, RJ, and Randall. And outside of that, they have to make some really, really tough decisions. You know what I mean? And whatever decision they make, it has to be long term. That's why it makes it tough. So we'll see what happens with that.
Can I be objective here?
So
I just want to have some fun, right? The Chicago Bulls identified Zach LaVine as their guy.
Mhm.
What did they go do? They went and traded for another All-Star while having less wins than us, right? Knowing that Zach LaVine is going to be a free agent in the future. But they identified Zach LaVine as their guy. We didn't make no trades. So, is Randall the guy for the Knicks? Do the Knicks management feel the same way that some of you guys feel? I need to know that. And then on top of the fact, Leon Rose guy is Obi Toppin. That's the guy he drafted. So we didn't make a trade to get Randall help. Supposedly he's everybody's number one guy, but I don't know about that. What you guys say to that?
Well, I think they didn't make it. You know, in the beginning of the year, we drafted Obi and stuff like that. But later on, we found out that they was actually asking Randall what he thought about the coaching staff, what he thought about certain. They was asking him questions. So you know, Randall is the guy. You know, or else they would have traded him because we could have been playing the same game like we did with what do you call Twin when we traded him for that first round pick that we got for Obi. So we could have did the same thing. But you know, we stood pat because I just think that the Knicks just value their assets, you know, rather than having to go for somebody like what's the guy's name, Nick, whatever his name is from Orlando. Instead of going for somebody like him and giving up assets, I guess they figured they'll hold on to their chips for the offseason and make that big splash then.
yeah, I think real quick, my bad, y'all. I'm getting all crazy in. But my thing is, I think they're confident in Julius.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they, at this deadline, it would have took, in order to get Julius the help that he needed, they would have had to trade either RJ or Quickly, and I don't think that's something they wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I definitely don't. I'm not giving up RJ or Quickly. So if we got this far and we was only supposed to win 21 and a half games, we'll be all right for the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? Let this year be what it is. Let's not try to do too much because we built it organically. It's working. I know we want to get a championship now that we can finally make the playoffs. We can do all of that, but let's just let it brew a little bit more. I don't want to make a rash move and trade away a whole bunch of pieces that we could use. Like I use the Melo trade all the time. Melo's my second favorite player of all time. You know what I'm saying? I don't include Jordan when I talk about players of all time because he's already my number one. But
yeah,
it's Tracy McGrady and then Carmelo Anthony. I love the move. I hate the fact that we made the trade for him because after we traded for him, instead of him just coming here in the offseason, Carmelo Anthony and Stat could have had another player with the pieces we traded to get Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Like we could have used those pieces. If we could have got Carmelo with those pieces, then who knows what we could have got, you know what I'm saying, to be that third piece if we'd have just waited in the offseason for Carmelo to come here. You had Stat already as a free agent, so he's there. You keep Felton, and you trade all these other guys. Boom. Now you have your third star, and you ain't got to do all that extra movement. So I don't want to do that and trade pieces that we could use for the future just to get him help to not go anywhere in the playoffs, honestly.
Apollo, I feel you on that RJ and Quickly thing.
Mhm.
RJ Barrett is the only person that's untradeable to me on this roster. Everybody else could go. For the right price, everybody else could go.
Mhm.
I love them. I pack their bags for them. RJ's untradeable because wings to me matters when it comes to championship teams. You need a wing.
Two-way players, definitely.
Two-way players. And RJ's he's a two-way player right now, basically.
Uh-huh.
Everybody he's guarding, defensively, guards, wings, centers, they're shooting around 40%, every position. So I'm good with RJ. This offseason, we got a lot of ammo.
Yeah.
Do you think the Knicks would actually use that ammo and trade up until like a top 6 spot if they identify a guy in the draft? Even if we make the playoffs, let's say we get the 23rd pick and the 20th pick, right? We'll give up a couple pieces, but we could get a top 6 pick. You think the Knicks is looking at that as well?
Absolutely. I think that's the reason why they definitely didn't want to include no trades. I mean, any first round picks in any trades, because let's be honest, how if at say 19 and 20, which is a 2 pick just between us and the Mavericks pick, you think somebody at 19th and 20 is coming in and getting a lot of minutes over Obi and all the guys that's already there? It's not happening.
Nah.
So those are trade pieces. You know what I mean? And if you don't trade them for a star, you trade them to use to get up further in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself in the lottery. If it's in the top 12, then you could do that. If it's in the top 10, you could do that. You got pieces to do it. You got how much second round picks we got? They got mad second round picks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We just picked up 2 more, right?
Word. Yeah, exactly. So you got 2 first round picks and you throw 3 more second round picks. You telling me we can't move into the top 10 if you got Brock Aller making the right moves? I'm patient enough to see what can happen with that.
Well, also to add with that, like teams are more desperate, to make a splash on the draft night, right? As compared to the trade deadline. Trade deadline, for the most part, the last couple of years has been kind of just chill. It hasn't really been going crazy since Isaiah was around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk about Isaiah. Isaiah came for this guy the other day. Did you pick that?
Isaiah who?
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, you made it, nigga.
Yeah, he made him tight. He said something backhand like about that Isaiah Thomas traded every single draft pick he had, and Isaiah Thomas was like, hold on, I got time today. So he actually commented back, and then not just commented, he freaking retweeted it and commented with the retweet. So he was wilding. He was like, he said that was like he squared up on him
like this. He said, hold on, did you just move?
Word.
You said to me?
Fool said.
Oh my god.
Yo, that's crazy. Nah, that's fun. I didn't see that. You gotta tag me in there. That's funny.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah, but
you would be the one to get recognized by Isaiah for something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy because I thought it was a burner account, but then when I really looked, I'm like, oh, that's really
nobody added him in the comments, so he found that because he searched Isaiah Thomas himself. Who wants smoke today?
Wow.
Then he's just reading that. Oh, you want to talk that shit? Yeah.
Somebody probably know him and sent it to him. That's probably how he got that.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
He was like, "Oh, word." That's like, all right.
Yeah, be careful at the next Knicks event. If you go to a Knicks event,
Don't get tossed out.
Yeah, he's from Chicago, man, so he might just pull up on you.
Oh,
like I got some 60-year-old shooters sitting outside, man. They got bad eyesight, but
Oh man.
He gonna hit you with that Jordan meme, like I took that personally.
But I wasn't wrong. The point basically was you traded every goddamn first round pick you had. You traded them all.
What he said? He said he just had to make those moves. That's what he said. That was his response was like he had to make those moves.
Nah, he said they do your homework, son. I had 2 first-round picks.
Nah, he was like, where's the proof? Show me the proof. Where's the evidence or whatever? Yeah, he was
Zay,
wilding,
Zay, we bring up your resume. It don't look pretty good out here, bro.
man. He's from Chicago, man. So I ain't messing with them cats in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Isaiah got it, man.
Word. Matter of fact, yo, Zay, yo, come back, bro.
Yeah, bring a bottle of that wine and that freaking popcorn that you got too, man.
Yeah. But not seriously. All jokes aside, man. When like it's a thin line what we crossing right now.
Yeah.
Right, because it's a lot of debates going on, and the main debate is, yes, you want to make the playoffs. Everybody want to make the playoffs. It's cool. It's nice and dandy. We know we not beating certain teams in the playoffs. I'm not going to mention none of these teams' names. I'm not going to mention no team. But we know we're not going to the finals this year. We know that. Well, possibly if it's 99 again, if they Knicks feeling crazy, and RJ turns into Spreewell, somebody transforms into Allen Houston, and then we could get things popping. But
that's different.
This team, a lot of people want to make the playoffs. They want to change the culture, right? But there's other people who's literally saying the Knicks need to tank because this roster is bad. There's no free agents in free agency. And how else are we going to build the talent on this roster, even if we do make the playoffs?
But yeah, I think even with all that said, I think just the narrative around the whole league is that everyone's even Kyrie was what's the name, Tom Thibodeau was mic'd up, and he comes over to you, hey man, you got a good, you guys are playing hard. He said, I got a good group. Just for him saying that around the league, everybody's saying the same thing, man. The Knicks are there's something different going on here. So making the playoffs or not making the playoffs or whatever, just for the simple fact that we just changed everybody's mind throughout the even Max Kellerman ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to troll us and stuff, but he can't. He don't have no points because the Knicks are basically back right now.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. He actually did some Knicks analysis, but like for once, like it wasn't. He didn't say Dolan. Like he gave a report about the Knicks and didn't say the word Dolan, bro. Like that, I was
that's
like,
the thing,
Max.
Yeah, we gotta make these guys put some respect on the name just for the fact of us playing. They gotta respect us, So like if we start trading guys away to tank and start trying to get a high end into the draft thing, people are gonna start clowning us again. So these little wins, whatever that we're doing this hard working team. Even just the fan base too. They always want to clown us too. Somehow we get clowned just because we got orange and blue stuff on. They treat us like clowns. You know what I'm saying? So, even just us doing these podcasts and stuff like that, we taking control of the narrative on our end as well, man. So I always say that every time me and Sliz get together, that we taking control of our own narrative as well, man. So it's all a big thing, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I like, especially for our community. It's like it's not even a competition thing. Like we're all fans. We're taking it into our hands what the people and Knicks fans should be hearing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I want to be bigger than this guy. It's really like, listen, I'm just taking charge of what I know these guys aren't doing on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? And actually giving real analysis the way they're supposed to on basketball. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just talking about how bad they did, and you know what I mean? It's always been about the negative. You know what I mean? And of course, you could easily say there's a lot of it, but if you look at every other team in the league, like the Suns just got good. You know what I mean? Like they just got good. Like we went through a time of being bad and got good, and then we were bad again, and we just got good. Like they were bad for a long time. Like they just weren't good for a long time.
Orlando too.
I mean, since Steve Nash was there, really was the last time that the Suns was good.
Yeah. I just mentioned Orlando. They haven't been good since the White was there.
Word, exactly. You know what I mean? But we always get the slack of being dumb fans because we're loyal and all of that. So we just love basketball, man. I don't think anybody knows basketball more than Knicks fans. It's just my honest opinion.
The last time the Sacramento Kings made the playoffs,
oh man,
I was playing WWE SmackDown on my PlayStation 2. and I think I was in ninth grade. I think I was in the ninth grade. I'm 31 now. So it ain't like we're not really the bottom feeders right now. Well, finally we not. It's just that our management moves has been magnified because we're in the biggest media capital in the world, probably. So when you put on this jersey, it's different. This is why a lot of people was destroying Randall last season. Cause dog, you come here for 19 million, you doing the Tasmanian spin move 8 times down, you go run down the goddamn court, and you want to roster people like me ready to trade you for Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hill. And by the way, that's a horrible trade, fellas. I'm so sorry, Julius Randle.
And we got to give Julius credit for owning up to it. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew what the deal was. Yeah, I mean, I don't like players like I'm not gonna say no names.
Paul George.
Say the names, man. Throw the names out there.
Paul George, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, who just throw the blame on everybody else. They don't never do nothing wrong.
Dennis Smith Jr.
They word a lot of, but he ain't even got the opportunity. He shouldn't even be in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Dennis Smith Jr. is still walking with the swag, like he's like one of the greatest guards in the NBA. And remember the summer he was with Steph Curry selling sneakers in China. Like what the fuck? I mean, he was selling Perry Ellis. He had Perry Ellis commercials. I'm like, yo, fam, what the hell is going on here? Are we playing basketball or is this like Fashion Week? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it.
No, don't nobody know what it is. But like I said, those are the guys that I don't want. You don't want somebody on your team who's gonna play bad and not own up to the fact that they play bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's a sign of a true leader. Yep. None of them are leaders. As far as I'm concerned, those other guys that we named, you're not a leader if you can't take responsibility, even when it's not your fault. That's what made Melo a leader when he was here. You know what I'm saying? Like he just took whatever. Like, sure, Melo had his flaws, but let's be honest. Did they give him everything that he should have had to be successful? Absolutely not. You know,
they gave him Tony Douglas, and
you know what I'm saying.
Alex Steve.
The fact that the best point guard he had here, outside of Chauncey Billups, who they amnestied, was Raymond Felton. Kid for that. But we talking about kid in his last year. Like literally, he went straight to being a coach right after playing for us. Like a week later, it was 2 weeks, bro. Like he was a coach already. So I mean, like to me, like he wasn't really given that, but point blank, you know what I mean. It takes a lot to be a good team, and it's a lot of steps that you got to take. And these guys are finally making those right steps, and they got the right staff. I'm glad I was able to retain 2 of those guys. Mike Woodson, we lost him, but listen, you can't keep everything. So Johnny Bryant and Kenny Payne, they look like they want to be here for good. You know what I mean? Oh, Jeremy Lin, he was another guy here, but that was also short-lived. You know what I mean? But these guys know what they're doing, and I'm confident in them. And it seems like they got a plan going forward, especially with all the pieces and cap room we got. Hopefully, we see something shake.
Yeah, I just want to say something about 06, man. 06, Doug Christie's wife, she was bad back in those days, man. Now, like, fast forward to 2021, she look like an old biddy now, man. It's like, god damn. Like,
that's
life
is, boy.
Yeah, man. It's time just comes up on you fast, man.
Damn, hold up. Whoa. I graduated high school in 06. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I had my first kid at 03, man. My first baby was 3 years old at the time.
And I'm just graduated high school. Like, hey.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
08.
Damn, son. Yo, we've been bad for a while, but listen, we back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember when Isaiah Thomas traded for Zach Randolph and said, I got to start at 5 and all my players can score 20 points.
He wasn't lying, though.
He wasn't lying, but it didn't happen. Like,
oh my god, Isaiah was on that shit, man. He must have been drinking that While I Was Rose or something back in those days. He was wilding.
Nah, I heard he had caught a bag from Staten Island and he was like wilding some shit.
Yeah.
Yo,
I think we about to get a dirty DM in a second from Isaiah Thomas. Oh shit, I got DMs, man. I don't see Isaiah.
yo, fellas, man, what the hell are we gonna do with these two roster spots, man? I after we just finished talking about Julius Randle, I'm thinking about the two roster spots. Randle looking like he's kind of hurt. We can't be playing Taj every single game. The guy's 35, man.
He's tired. He's tired, man.
He tired, man. We gotta get DeMarcus Cousins. Now,
his body weary.
now you want to know what's so crazy about
His
DeMarcus
body
Cousins? I screamed for DeMarcus Cousins before the season started. I said, "Go get DeMarcus Cousins." People like, "Nah, you crazy." Blah 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 blah. Cool, understandable. I know I'm crazy. I accepted it already. Go get DeMarcus Cousins. My reasons for it: Mitch was skinny, and I was already scared about Mitch's body type. By the way, I didn't bring this up while y'all was talking about Mitch. Mitch needs to start shooting the ball so he can protect himself from injuries. I think that's. Go ahead.
I already talked about that. Mitch better start doing something with that ball outside of catching the alley and grabbing rebounds, because what's going to happen is his ass is going to be delegated to the bench when they bring somebody else in. You don't want that to happen to his confidence. So.
You won't happen to his pockets either, man. You'll lose like $5 million because of that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the clock is ticking, bro.
No, that's a fact. And this
and it's not the coach's fault no more, neither.
No, it's not. It's not. It's on Mitch. Once you get into year 4, it's on you. Like I'm not going to keep babying you all the time. And that was the reason why I wanted DeMarcus Cousins. He's a big body. He can space the floor. He's a goon. He's not going to allow one of the young boys to get punked while he's on the court. And for example, it was a game for the Rockets, and I believe somebody threw one of the rookies on the floor, Dejounte Tate. Somebody threw Tate on the floor, man, pushed him man hard. Boom. So Cousins just come out of
It was Marcus. It was Moot. It was Moot.
Boom. Yo, Cousins came out of nowhere, pushed him man hard. I'm like, that's what I like. I need one of those guys on the Knicks, because Ty's gonna rah, but he's not really a goon. I want a big body in there. You know, when Embiid talking, imagine me in the playoffs, Embiid talking his nonsense. Nerlens ain't gonna chirp back at him. I want somebody tough too. And then
Nerlens gonna turn to the fans and start yelling.
Shit. And last thing about Cousins is he's dynamic on offense. He can space the floor, play him in the pinch post. Tibbs' offense runs a lot of pinch post action, runs a lot of foul line action. You know, Randle gets the ball at the top of the key a lot, and I think Cousins is a better playmaker than Randle. If you want to be technical, like he got a higher IQ passing ability, higher IQ passing than Randle. So, you know, Cousins would be a great addition. I would love Boogie over here. I don't want Georgie Dang. Georgie Dang, that's like you going to the 99-cent store to get chicken nuggets when you could go to the supermarket and you could get the $10 chicken nuggets, the real ones, right? The good ones.
Yeah, the Dollar. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree got some good stuff in Dollar Tree.
Nah. They do up front. They do. But if you got money that day, you gonna go to the supermarket. If you a little broke, you gonna go to the 99-cent store. You know, you gonna get the Dollar Tree store.
We all know about it.
Now, listen. This is my only thing with Boogie. This is my only thing, because I like Boogie and I would like him on the squad. But imagine you sign Boogie after Mitch is out for an injury, and then Boogie tear another Achilles. Because the man has torn an Achilles and 2 ACLs within a year and a half. I think that might be a record, bro. That might be a record. Like, we can't get somebody to help us because of injuries, and they're injury prone. Like, I think that's the only thing that they might be scared of.
Yeah. But you know, the one thing that we gotta mention too is that like tough guys and stuff, Taj would be the guy, you know, but we kind of need him to calm down because we don't have no depth at big man. And then the other guy that steps in is Julius. It's just Julius and things. So you got to protect Julius. Like when we talk about the playoffs and stuff, they're gonna be, especially a team like Miami, they're gonna be sending goons at at Julius to get him all frazzled and stuff. So Julius Randle gonna throw hands eventually. He just ain't gonna be getting beat up every single game. You know what I'm saying? So so we're gonna need somebody like DeMarcus, because he is injury prone, he is slow too, and then this, that, and the other. But if you put DeMarcus in there, somebody hit the floor, DeMarcus is gonna come in swinging.
Yeah. We need those techs. We need those techs, bro. Sometimes these cats need to breathe. As many minutes as they playing, they gonna need a few breathers. You know what I'm saying? So get those techs in real quick.
How many texts has Tibbs got? Tibbs is known for cursing cats out. He hasn't really gotten that many texts this year.
He has. Yeah. I think he got about like 5. He might have about like 5. He might be like 4 or 5. Like you think so? Already?
I think so.
I feel like they've been light though. They've been pretty light.
I gotta check. Hold on.
I think he got like 10. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah, he might even be leading the league in Texas and whatever. But I feel like it's been like light though. He hasn't really been cursing cats out like he's done in the past.
Bro, he got a tech in the past, like out of the past 4 games, like 2 of them.
Wow.
That's serious.
Technical foul leaders.
Yo, that game when we lost it at the last second and whatever. Remember the post game we was talking about that on Sliz? In the post game, he was just like, "Nah, it's good. The refs are good. They all right." You know what I'm saying? It's just like, no, it's a good game. They play good. It's like that was like the most passive aggressive thing I've ever seen, man.
You could tell Tibbs was pissed because he looked like Penguin in Batman Forever.
You crazy for that, bro?
When the lady gave Penguin the fish, and she like,
you crazy for that, bro? Nah, I'm not rocking. I'm not comparing him to Penguin, bro. I'm not going there.
Nah, bro. Thibodeau is. I want to know what it's like playing for Thibodeau. I need to know because that man looks scary, bro. He looks scary.
Why do you think Obi's scared to shoot? Why do you think he's shooting air balls? In mid-shot, he'd be like, "Oh, coach is going to spaz on me," and it's like it's too late. He already in this motion, so it's just...
he can feel the belt on it. Oh, what was that movie? I forgot what movie it was. He was like, "No, Daddy, no!"
Yo, nah, he. I don't know, bro. Like, that's the kind of coach you don't want to be late. I mean, that's why these guys is bowling. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be on his bad side. And at the end of the day, you need a coach like that. You don't need to be scared of him, but you got to respect him. And a lot of these guys, why we bringing in right after Mike Woodson and we went to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
You get Derek Fisher.
Why?
Hornacek.
Hornet trash.
Rambis. You know what I mean? Fizdale.
Kurt Ram ass.
Yeah.
Kurt Fish with David Fish trash. I hate David Fizdale. God damn.
Yo, that's 4 coaches with no proper experience on coaching guys. No wonder we didn't go anywhere for that entire tenure. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Ram ass though.
Yeah, pause.
We gotta pause for a commercial break after that one.
Kurt Ram ass. Wow. Yo, hold on. We might have to dip off that one, bro.
God damn.
He hit him with the Kurt Ram ass.
But that's how bad they Yo, bro.
Oh my God. Kurt Ram ass.
Woo! Kurt better not.
I will never forget when Fizdale put Kevin Knox at shooting guard, bro. It said it's for his development, bro. Yo, God, bro.
He developed him into a bench player. That's what he did.
He did a great job at that too.
Fucking idiot. You ruined these kids' careers, bro. Only person he developed that year was fucking was Moutier. That was the only person that developed that year.
Where's Moutier right now? Not even in the league.
Tigers.
You said the Gong Walk Tigers.
Yo, he's not on any team in the whole world right now,
bro.
Moutier.
And neither is Fizz. Go figure.
Yeah, right. Unbelievable. You know, I was looking at text, right? I couldn't find coaches, but I'm looking at NBA players. I
couldn't find it either.
Yeah, Dwight Howard is leading the league with 13 texts, and like in the top, was this like tied for 8 is David Bertans with fucking 7 of them shit. It's weird,
Bertan,
man.
he's played enough
Bertans.
Tex.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He's injured this entire season. How you second in the league? And yo, he must be mad at Westbrook or something. I don't know. Something's going on over there.
Yeah, he must be mad at that contract they gave him.
Nah, he ain't mad. He chilling. He gave him a lot of money. They gave that boy a lot of money, bro. I don't even know why he mad. Actually,
Davis Bertas.
Like Bertaz. Yo, it's amazing how all of these names get thrown about. Like, oh, we should go grab these guys, and he was one of the main guys that we were saying we should go get. Look how he's playing right now.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Not looking good.
Leon Rose has a tendency. I'm starting to get his MO now. He got a tendency. He knows how to make deals, but make smart deals to the point where, oh, that's good value. Like Alec Burks. Alec Burks makes $6 million. Tell me if you rather have Bertans or Alec Burks right now.
Yeah,
Burks for sure.
So
not even a question.
So Bullock get $5 million. Like, he's valuable.
Yeah.
These dudes is on bar. Randall might have the best. First of all, shout outs to my main man Steve Mills. You know, you died for the cause, and I respect the hell out of Steve Mills. You know,
yo, we're not immortalizing Steve Mills on here.
Cue the music. I will remember you.
But that was a move that Steve Mills made, and you got to salute him for it, man. You can't just forget Steve Mills was. Steve Mills, no Scott Perry. Always remember that.
You gotta take one. You can't get one without the other. I see what you're saying.
Look, boom. I'm gonna go even further. No Frank Ntilikina, no Kevin Knox. You know, no Kevin Knox, no RJ Barrett. If we pick up anybody but Kevin Knox, we don't get RJ Barrett.
If we didn't trade Porzingis, we wouldn't have got RJ Barrett.
No, we would have got RJ Porzingis.
It's like
he would have sat out the whole.
It's like an episode of X-Files now.
Well, yeah.
But with everybody got a plan. That's God's plan, man. That's God's plan. We just gonna have to accept it. That's all.
That's facts.
We're gonna have to accept that. Where is? All right. Last thing, young. How we feeling about the rest of the season? I know that we 24-23. Are we going to finish this season 5 games above 500? That's the question.
5 games?
I don't know about 5.
I don't know. Let's look at it now. We won game over 500. We won game over 500, and we got Mavericks, Pistons, Nets. All right, so I'm gonna count off all the teams we gonna lose to, because I'm not gonna front. There's some teams on here that we just can't see. I'm gonna put the Lakers as one of them. We just not gonna see them. The Nets clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics got extra firepower now.
The Clippers, Lakers, Celtics, and that's it. Those are the only 3 teams. We could catch a lot of these dubs. Let's hold on now. All right, so the Timberwolves, Mavericks, Pistons. It should be 3 dubs.
Yeah, those are all winnable.
3 dubs. Then you got the Nets and the Celtics. We could go 1-1 there.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzlies, Raptors, Lakers. That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, the Raptors got our number too. They're one of those teams that just got our number.
Yeah. They just and they could be terrible for the rest of the year, and they see us and they just do crazy shit. Pelicans, Mavericks, Pelicans, Hornets, Hawks. Like, wow, we could get some dubs. Hold on now. We can end up with like 30, 35, 37 wins, y'all.
What's the caveat? Is Alfred benched in this equation?
Nah.
I need to know, because if he's not benched, I don't see 35 wins, brothers.
We on our way. We on our way with him there. I mean, let's hope for Burks. I mean, let's hope for Alfred to get injured. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I'm,
what,
I don't do that.
what State was saying before with Burks and Rose, basically taking the point. I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to see Alfred going further and further down that depth chart.
He better.
Yeah.
Oh man,
He
especially
better.
if you got Rose. I think at some point going into the playoffs, I don't think going into the playoffs you could start Alfred. I think if Rose is there and he's healthy, he's starting Rose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if it's his choice, he's definitely starting Derrick Rose because you gotta put somebody could put pressure at the rim. He can still finish at the rim with either hand. You know what I'm saying? He can still get past 90% of the people who's guarding him. So those are two things that Alfred does very terrible. So yeah, I'm putting Derrick Rose in there for that man, and you can figure it out with Reggie Bullock and RJ or Alec Burks and RJ. I think there's a way for us to be very effective in the playoffs, but something has to change. We can't just keep throwing Alfred out there like that.
Yeah, man. That it's money time. Every game count. We're in the second half of the season, and for the first time since 2014 in 7 years, we have a winning record past March. What is today? March 30th, March 31st.
Yeah.
So we have a winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Every game counts. For me to watch a team to do they got the buck out. First of all, the buck out on the Knicks is run a 2-3 zone, ignore Alfred, double Randall, let everybody else shoot.
Yeah.
Right? We cannot continue to have rotational losses this late in the season. We're giving away games and we're gonna lose ground. We're about to play the Celtics. That's a must-win game. That's a must-win game. They're right neck and neck in the standings. We gotta win that game. We gotta win that Mavericks game. That's for the Mavericks and their draft pick. We gotta beat them.
Yeah.
But we also gotta be wary of teams like the Hornets, teams like the Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Those teams. So we gotta stay motivated.
Mm-hmm.
The Alfred Payton thing, I just don't know what Tim's gonna do. I'm kind of scared to start Derrick Rose now that I'm thinking about it. And salute to Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP. Great guy. I wish some of you guys I wish people who was like 20 years old now, I wish they had a chance to like really watch Derrick Rose in his prime. Dude was nasty. He was
doing stuff that nobody ever seen before.
Bro.
At his size.
Like they got a glimpse of Russell. Like Russell Westbrook was kind of that, but Rose was faster than him. Like
Rose's touch at the speed that he was moving was just insane. You know what I mean? And I think that's for him to be moving as fast as he did. He did all kinds of crazy movements, and he's in the air gliding, and he just finishes like it's nothing. I was like, nah, this dude is just different, bro.
And he tore his ACL just running up the court. no contact, just running.
No. He jumped.
No, he did a hop step.
He did a hop. Yeah, he went on the hop step, and off the plant, his leg was a little bit bent in. And
that second time running up the court, he just.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
He tried to rush himself back. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Well, I think we can wrap it up, man, because I think Apollo, you got to break out, right?
Yeah, I got to break out, y'all. I got to break out. But I thank y'all for having me on here. I be seeing y'all being here jealous, just watching like yo, they being here talking. So I'm glad y'all had me on here, man.
Yeah, we got to link up, man. We the treacherous three or whatever you want to say. That's showing some age there, right?
Yeah, showing some. Yeah, that's an old ass name you gave us there.
Yo, shout out to what's the name? Knicks community. He was tuning in too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shout out to my Knicks community name. I got hated.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, man. So thanks for tuning into the Dynamics podcast. Shout out to State. You can find State on State of New York Knicks podcast on every platform that you can imagine on the audio tip. Then you got Guard Up Knicks podcast, same thing. Then him and his guys, they're also on YouTube as well. So tune in for look for everybody, man. If you see somebody talk about some Knicks, just click it, hit the thumbs up for everybody, man, so everybody can eat, man. So plus we all rock with each other too, man. So
that's right. Yeah. I say it all the time, like Stay safe all the time. I was one of the first ones to have him on, and Da was the first ones to give me pointers on what to do on how to start things off. So definitely, man, it's from day one, these guys been there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got my guy Apollo. You know, I always salute you, my guy. First guy that ever hit me up. Dahon, you one of the first people who ever had me on a live. One of the first people that actually recorded with me as well. So y'all two guys is a part of the reason why I'm here today. And a lot of people know who the hell I am. And I really appreciate
Isaiah Thomas too.
Both of you guys, man. Huh?
Isaiah Thomas too.
How the hell would I say it, man? Go Knicks, man. Let's hope we go to the playoffs, man. I want to win. The hell with Alfred Payton, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here, man.
Yeah, have a good one, man.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
peace, guys.
Peace.
Peace, man.